Millions of people are still out of work because of the pandemic, and despite a moratorium on some evictions, there is real fear among people who can't pay their rent or their mortgage that they will soon be homeless. A photojournalist on location in Arizona spent a week capturing the anguish of these residents. He followed sheriff's deputies carrying out the daunting and unenviable task of serving legal notices, and he snapped gripping images of people either losing their homes or trying to stave off eviction. Can you describe the most difficult eviction or near eviction that you have witnessed so far? Can you tell us about it and also just, tell us what it was like to be watching that?
I arrived with a constable to a house of a mother and several children. She was not home at the moment, and as they were knocking on the door, she drove up through the driveway, much to her horror. And the landlord was there as well, and they had to advise her that they were about to evict her from her home. She was surprised. She had kids who would, in the car with her. She had to go up and get their cats. Now I can tell you the constable actually really helped the woman try to collect her belongings and collect her pets. It's easy to think that there might be victims and villains in this. But really, I saw a lot of kindness on the parts of constables whose job it was to evict them. And I know that sounds strange, but people are in a very difficult situation all around.
And, we're hearing, I think there's probably some strangeness in the fact that we're just hearing like the Village People playing behind you, quite a jovial scene there at the Trump campaign event. But I wonder if, the suffering of Americans, especially on the lower end of the income spectrum, as you said, is that something that came up today at this event?
Not really. You don't really hear a lot about that at a Trump campaign event. When I come to events like this, or there in Arizona with these families, I see it as my role to show really what's happening. Not what people read on Facebook, not what they see in a tweet, and not what they hear from a crazy uncle. I want to get out there and show really what's happening. And although we are concentrating on this election right now, as well we should be, there are millions of Americans right now who are on the brink of absolute desperation.